So call the meeting to order here at 5 p.m. First up, we have Bill Waterhouse to discuss the use of town property, specifically map 106 lot 101 next to the old firehouse. Yes, sir.
Thank you. I
Yep.
appreciate this. We've had conversations in the past about the use of town property and my perceived bias for businesses. And it was last meeting or the meeting before that somebody mentioned we had been approached by a business wanting to use and plow out an area down South Main Street for parking. And after a little back and forth, it was decided, well, let's just leave it and see what happens. I do go down there occasionally south, and there has been a vehicle there during the day. And it's just interesting that we didn't say no to them. And there's a sign there that says this is a dawn to dusk town property. And they were looking at that. So that's why I wanted a way to get into the old fire station and the lot next to it. The lot next to it, who owns that sign? Does the town own the sign?
Yeah.
No, we own the property, Marble Signs
Signs on the.
owns
They
and
own the
maintains
property?
it. No, we own the property.
That's what I
and
thought, we own the property,
They
they
put
own
the
the
sign
sign.
up.
And they own the signs for everybody that is there.
Yes,
And each year we pay like $50 or $75,
to them
to
directly.
them directly, keep it
Yeah,
up.
for the maintenance of that.
So we're subsidizing an out of town business by letting them use that sign.
We never thought of it.
It's been there.
It's
It's been there for a long time.
I don't know.
I mean, they erected it. We didn't purchase that sign or build that sign or
No.
put that sign there.
It was an agreement that,
That's
Came
been
about
10
for-
or 15 years probably.
oh
God,
no,
it's
it's been
longer
there
than
for
that.
almost all my, probably,
Yeah. I don't think they make a
30?
ton of money. I think it's like $75 a year from each
I
business
don't even
on
know
the
if it's
sign.
that much,
I
cause
don't
we pay for
remember.
Lost River, and I wanna say,
It might be 50.
I think it's no more than 50.
And so
I
they,
don't know.
but their job is to, do the flowers there and, keep the sign maintained and stuff like that.
Like they have a welcoming
I
sign.
never gave it a thought.
And do they then charge you when they paint it? Because
No.
they have to do the painting too.
No. That's covered by the fees of the people that are listed on it.
And then the other point was just going by there and seeing the amount of property the gentleman that purchased the old fire station is being allowed to use. Given that he owns 17 feet to the east of the building. And if you take a look where his utilities are and where the restroom is.
He did come to us and did speak to us about that and ask permission, and he was told, what's that?
No sound.
No sound?
Oh.
Who says that?
Don't ask me to fix it.
Is that better? Can you give me a thumbs up?
Yes,
Oh, yes.
yeah,
But yeah, so they did come to us and we did require a certificate of liability from them. To have use to even just parking their vehicles there.
Just during construction.
Just during construction, and all of their subcontractors have to supply or supplied us with a certificate of
But
liability.
they don't have permission to use it for parking when they're done.
Right,
And I think the intent is we weren't going to let them do it. But right now it'll be almost impossible to work on that building without without a little more place to park.
Yes, but the initial purchaser was an attorney, and he's well aware, somebody up at the table when, when he came on after he purchased it, mentioned caveat emptor. He knew what he was buying. And he's getting the use of both, he's getting extensive use on the easterly side for nothing. And we charge, do we still charge $300 to have a wedding in the park?
yep,
That just seems to have months and months of use of that without a fee. And is there any intention to delineate where that property ends? Or is it just going to be that they'll be able to creep over with parking? On Willie McGuire's side, it's clear, there's a stone wall there on the westerly side of it. But, I
I
don't
think
know.
it's a
yep, we'll
valid
make
point.
note of it, and-
I think we did make out okay getting 160,000 for that thing. You know, so, I mean, it's not really, I think we're giving just a little break to use it during construction,
Right.
and it's gonna go back on the tax rolls for a lot of money. You know, so we just getting used that parking for, 6 or 8 months while he's doing the construction is, I think, the thought behind it.
But again, that's what feeds my business bias. It's items like that people come into town for their family and they pay, and we get to look at an outhouse driving into town, and it's the ladders going out in the road. It's obvious, so.
I think what I would suggest is we'll circle back, I mean, this winter, we're not using, that space isn't much used anyways.
Right,
We'll circle back as the winter starts to thaw.
and we'll make sure they
and
know
make
it's
sure
not.
it's
park.
right,
And we can,
You've lost some
we can put up,
pushing snow storage space too.
we
Because
can
that
put
whole
up a small
parking,
fence or
that
something.
whole side was storage of snow from
Yeah.
downtown.
Yeah.
And it's not there this year, so we're incurring a little trucking of snow as well.
well, certainly, I think we'll address it, and I think
Yeah, as we go forward, yeah.
Yep.
I think we're getting a point, Bill, because
we do,
once they use it, they're gonna try to keep on using it.
right,
And
and we'll have to
17
look at,
And we
Wait,
say,
yeah.
17 feet isn't much to get two cars.
no, you're right,
It's not much at all.
barely enough, yeah. No, it's a great point,
was that the purpose of the garage or the house?
there's no garage.
Oh, really?
No, it looks,
Um,
they made it kind of look quaint with the old doors, that's all.
And the tax document says that it's 2 units now, that's all.
Yeah, I saw 4 meters,
There are 4 meters.
That's
but
right.
Check,
I've noticed that too.
check the property, card on the tax map. So
Yeah.
it says 2.
Yeah, I've noticed that too, Bill, and I was gonna bring that up at some point to someone, because I drive by there every day, and there's 4 meters. But I think, I would guess, if I had to guess, 3 apartments and 1 like community.
Floodlights.
Floodlight thing, if I had to guess. But I'm thinking they have too many meters for 2 apartments. I agree, I totally agree. On the old firehouse, there's 4 meters on the outside of the building, 4 new meters.
Yeah.
So there's 4
The
services,
boxes.
there's 4 services in that building. Why would 2 apartments need 4 services?
Hmm.
Don't know. So, or there could be 4 apartments.
True.
Well, the parking will be, actually.
But to Bill's point about the weddings, shouldn't you have a standard fee for anybody who's using any town property to say, okay, this is what it is, we're doing it, you shouldn't be able to take away from one and the other one just say, oh, yeah, give me $50 or something like that, which I don't know what they're doing with the property or anything
Sure.
like that, but.
No, what is it, that, you know, when they're rehabbing that whole building.
Right,
And it's tough, there's not a lot of room there, and they
Yeah.
use that spot to put the, you know, the subs in there and stuff like that, so.
Certainly something to visit
For sure,
as far as fees.
if they're gonna use it at all, if we let anybody use it at all. Any top property is, I think that's legit.
Anything might go towards bringing boulders into the line.
Yeah.
Or sort of assist in making it.
Yeah.
A physical, not a, on a plat.
Well, yeah, it's not gonna work. I agree.
How should, to the left, to the plant? Plant grass, shrubs, something that.
I think we should talk to Mike, I think,
Cause it's not really a feasible parking area for public,
no, it's not,
it's for what we own, so we could,
I think I think the boulder idea is probably good, some big rocks. But we'll talk to Mike about it, see what he thinks is probably best there, but I think that's a fair. Yeah. Nothing's for free.
No different than any housing.
great. Thank you. So up next, we have to approve and sign some minutes here. So first up, we have the joint meeting minutes from the January 15th meeting with the Board of Selectmen of Lincoln. So that would have been on the budgets.
Would you like to,
No,
make a motion to accept the minutes of that meeting?
a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next up, we have the select board meetings from our last meeting on Tuesday, January 28th. In regards to the water assets and all that. I'll make a motion to accept those minutes.
Make a second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
There's a lot I put on that one. Okay, next up we have, non-public meeting minutes from January 28th. That will be sealed. Do I have a motion
Make a motion to accept those minutes,
and to seal them?
and to seal the minutes. Sealed.
I'll second, yeah, I'll second. All those in favor? Aye. See, we have another set of non-public meeting minutes from January 30th. I'll make a motion to sign and seal those minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Right here, so someone. Last but not least, I have a motion to, or I'll make a motion to sign the non-public meeting minutes and seal them from February 5th. I mean, that means, okay, thank you. All those in favor? Aye. That one. I did the last two, expected the first one. Yep. Okay. So next up, we have a email here from Woodstock Conservation Committee member Jim Chesebrough. We would like to see the board nominate an additional member to the Pemigewasset River Local Advisory Committee. We have an application here from Brenna Woodman, who came from Campton and sat on the advisory committee in Campton,
Perfect.
and would like to, now that she's moved to Woodstock, she would like to help represent Woodstock on that committee.
Let me make a motion, we accept her application.
I would second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anything else to come forward, or other business or old business? Do you have anything?
Not tonight.
Not tonight, alright.
Is it-
So we have public participation on any of the other items, go ahead.
Yeah, I noticed at the last meeting, I think it was Mike Donahue requested a copy of the water contract that you just signed, and I was wondering what one has to do to get a copy of that.
Just
Let's
ask.
just email Judy.
Just
Okay.
email me.
Yeah. And she'll,
Email, go through email and everything, okay, thank you.
thank you. Did you have,
Can I ask a question that's not on the agenda?
you can ask it, but it will go on the next
Agenda.
agenda.
8:30.
We can put it on the next one.
By then it'll probably be done and it'd be a waste of my time.
Well,
I just wanna know what's the deal with the patch on the main street.
it's gonna be fixed tomorrow.
Is it gonna cost $50,000?
No,
That's what I heard in the budget meeting the other day.
no.
Between the two, we have to do a temporary patch, then we have to dig it up and do another patch.
Okay, so you're not, so why is it taking so long to do a temporary patch?
Because we were waiting for
We
the
were
company
waiting
to
for the
get here.
paving company.
Two
Do you
guys could
mind?
have taken a truck, gone and got a cold patch and put it in there that Monday. It would not have been, for one, it's an inconvenience for everybody. It's dangerous because at night you don't see that bump there. There's no warning signs.
We tried to
Me,
put warning
that's
signs
not
out and they got taken
acceptable.
out.
So it's getting fixed
Tomorrow morning,
tomorrow morning.
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Anything?
And that was my question today too, was about the signs, and I said, it's getting fixed tomorrow at 8 o'clock, so I said, oh, all right.
Well, they were there and
Then
then they
we
got
got-
thrown over the
with
thing,
the
they got
snow-
taken down, they
With the
got run
snow and
over,
all that stuff, they're plowing it.
so people could park.
Exactly.
So G and I will be there tomorrow.
And, well,
So can I get put on the agenda for the next 5 o'clock meeting?
Sure.
yes,
As to why we have to pay somebody to
Yep.
do a temporary patch?
We can do that. Good. Anything else? Do we have anything on line?
I can wait until you adjourn and just be banter. I was going to ask about the ambulance. Looking through the warrant and that is,
we think it's
It's in the budget.
in the budget.
It's in the operating budget line.
It's a line item that says ambulance on it.
And
You'll see it when the MS
It
37 comes up.
It appears that Lincoln,
And their public hearing like first. I don't have a name on either of those. See if iPhone 1, iPhone 2. Their public hearing was the Thursday before ours. If you wanna go back and listen to their meeting on the vote for that ambulance, but
no, it's just, I'm able to locate it.
Yeah.
So tomorrow night, there's stuff.
no, it was
I can
vote,
show, huh?
it was voted on when we went through the MS 37 in the last budget committee meeting, which would have been the 31st. 30th,
Yes.
the January one.
I can show
Oh,
you when
not
we
the
go
one
out.
last week.
No, No, because it goes, it's going in as, in the whole operating budget, it's not going in as a special warrant article or its own warrant article.
I'll show you where it shows.
Yeah,
Yep.
the reason we're having this thing, the extra couple budget meetings, because I kind of screwed up on this loan that we can get for getting lead research done on all that, and all that stuff. And I thought it was a grant, and it wasn't, it's actually a loan
No, that's
with
the sewer.
forgiveness.
So-
Oh, the sewer, okay, the
The
sewer.
sewer, no, we were on.
Anyway,
There's
there's so
too
many
many
grants
of them
going.
going.
Anyway, I screwed up, and it's actually a loan and not a grant, so we had to put it back on the warrant again, and so we needed 2 more meetings because of that. My screw up.
There's a meeting tomorrow night, correct?
Yeah.
The budget, or whatever, warrant and all that.
Yes, yeah, public hearing,
That's at
And then
5 or 5:30.
5:30
Here,
here.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. All right. Oh, moving on, I will make a motion to adjourn at 5:20 PM. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor? Thank you all for coming out this evening.
you.
Appreciate it.
Evening.
So.